that maybe slowed down a little bit. Rooster were not able to kind of topple them all that much. They were able to take some maps here and there, and a couple of the more recent BO3s that they played did go to 3 maps, but not the most recent one. That was a 2-0 for Greyhound, 13-7, 13-5. So let's see how things are going to go tonight. And just to quickly touch on it, the maps Mirage, Vertigo, and Overpass. Last time they played it was Anubis, Vertigo, the 2 maps that we got to see there. So a little bit of a change up this time around. And
I am very confused.
Oh, apparently we're going to be doing the lower bracket game, not the upper bracket game, I guess. We'll see if that's going to be the case.
What's going on? Are we doing lower bracket? Okay, we'll just cast the game, I guess. I'll let you...
I think we're doing the lower bracket.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Okay. That's news to me. But anyway, let's get into it and see what we're going to get. It's going to be ADDICT to start things off with the kill onto Omicella, and Hatz down here and connecting with the dualies. He's set himself up in a pretty good spot. So we'll be happy with those couple of players headed in his direction. Able to fire a few shots off before he's decapitated in the back of the head by Skull. But end of the day, still gets his job done, and so is the rest of B&K.
Yep. So, look... Radiant trying to put the pieces back together if possible. Skull looking for a pick in Windows side. As, look, Skull's actually found a bit of success, and he's got the bomb. Trying to find the timing into B here. He's going to beat the rotators, but still a mountain to climb in this 1-on-3.
Yeah, Skull able to take the head off of Brace. It's going to be on for the ace if he wins this one. He actually eats a bink through the wall there as well. ADDICT not able to secure the kill just yet. Time obviously ticking in the favor of Skull here. And he's trying to isolate his aim duels. But hasn't got a whole lot of room to work with now, as PZ has found him on the flank. And that'll be the information that ADDICT needs to pick up the win. So B&K with the pistol under their belt.
Gonna get the buyout for B&K. Bomb plant for Vantage, though, going to allow them to force into this one. Gonna go for this rifle buy with Galils, etc. So, good chance for them to try to pick this round up.
Drops the new player into this Vantage esports roster, as far as I understand. Looks like maybe Viridian in there tonight as well, so I'm not sure if that's a long-term thing or if that's a substitute. I think that's probably a substitute. Haven't seen any announcement around that. Either way, they've actually started this round pretty well. 4-on-3. Vantage have got an advantage, though I'm not sure that's going to last too long, because ADDICT has seemingly swindled the perfect timing to get in behind 3 members of Vantage. And he spotted them out in apartments. If he just picks the pace up here, he'll get an easy 2k, maybe even a 3k. They've almost lined up for him there, but Vision jumping onto the van will keep himself alive at the very least. Either way, ADDICT has been able to bring it back to the 3-on-3, and the nade is going to catch up Michela as well. Brace gets his freebie, and the MP9 swinging onto Skull does its job as well. The round started well for Vantage, but it certainly isn't going to end well unless Vision has something to say about it. But ADDICT is there to ensure no shenanigans.
So good stuff from B&K. But I think, as we've seen multiple times, even in recent events with the Challenger games, as well as in this tournament, I think only 2 guns surviving for the CT side. You'll probably see Vantage keep the pressure on one way or another, either with a follow-up force Galils and light util and AKs, or in this case, I'm surprised to see a Deagle split pick approach. I wouldn't have mind to see like some kind of set play, perhaps, with techie armor, or throw a Mac 10 or something like that in there.
Yeah, B&K looking solid at the moment, but, you know, still losing guns here and there against Vantage's half buys, and This one a bit more of an eco with just the Deagles coming through. Skull's managed to get himself the MP9. It's not exactly the biggest of upgrades necessarily for Vantage in this round, but still something to work with. Particularly when someone like PZ, for example, doesn't have head armor and he's over toward his A bomb site. But that MP9, not quite going to get its full value as it's taken out of the hands of Skull. And now it's gone into the hands of Viridian, who is unable to do too much with it. And a good spray through the box from PZ gets Drox. So 3-0 secured for BNK. They keep a few guns in hand as well. But they have been kind of made to work for these last couple of rounds.
They have. So first buy here for Vantage. And let's see what they're going to do with it. It's a 1-3-1. Anticipating some mid-aggression here. BNK are expecting some kind of A set play here from the T side. Progression smoke to the end of B apps. I actually haven't seen this for years. This was something that I think was theory crafted like 2015, 2016, that this might be a play that you could do. Prog smoke the end of B apps. But Hazard's going to play in front of that. In comes the mid take from Vantage with window smoke and top con.
Oh, well, Vantage with all of that mid control, going to start to see if they can cook something in this first gun round. Haven't really committed to anything just yet. Might end up being an A split here with Omichela working his way in through A main. We'll have to win a duel against Brace, and I think the other member to try to defend things is not really quite going to be able to hold on to things quickly enough for at least Brace's life. But as far as the A site is concerned, that's overall not a bad hold from ADDICT as an individual. Did a lot of damage onto Vision as well before falling. Got a headshot through, and that has softened the targets up. Vantage really going to struggle to win this round, but trades are coming through quite nicely. It's a good shot from Vision, and Viridian got one with the AWP as well. Trouble is, Hatz is always going to be a solid player in that 1v1, and 4-0 is the scoreline for BNK. You know, again, I have to reiterate, these rounds are kind of close at the moment, but BNK are still looking pretty comfortable in at least winning them.
Keeping that economic pressure on the CTs. Makes them very resettable here. Vantage maxing out the loss bonus on their side of things, so every bomb plant they can put together, they can continue to reinvest. It's very slow pace CS, you know. Opening portions of the round. B apps, aggression from Hazard takes Vision out of the equation, going to force Vantage into an early 4-on-5 situation. Start to make some moves out of A. Still smoked off in Palace, but two of the T's at least have scaled out to Tetris here.
Brace, double kill. Keeps it kind of salvaged. It was looking a little bit awkward for a moment, and maybe even still could be if Drox is able to activate. But he's also got the bomb, so needs to think better of it. Fakes the plant behind triple, but PZ not going to be fooled by that one. Hazard maybe was. Either way, it's just Drox now in the 1-on-2, and he's not going to have much luck there because Hatz is clean with the headshot, and it's 5-0 now for BNK.
Still taking a couple of losses, but Vantage with no bomb plant, not going to be able to put a buy together. Back down to the half buy on Deagles. Seeing if they can take more guns away from BNK, keep that reset window open. But like you mentioned, like, you know, you can talk about the economy, talk about the reset potential all you want, but if you're not picking up rounds at the end of the day, this game's going to be going by the wayside for them. This is Vantage's pick in this series. It's just, again, low Deagle split pick. That's a good shot to start things off for Drox. Punishing Brace for swinging top stairs anti-eco there.
Yeah, still not really going to amount to a whole lot, unfortunately, for Vantage. Vision with that deagle. Yeah, would have needed to crack open a head on B for anything to really come from this round. Now it's down to Viridian, who is going to decide to upgrade to a deagle of his own. Damage here would be really nice. CT economy is still not quite healthy, but it's wishful thinking at the moment. This will be exactly the round Bad News Kangaroos needs to get back in control of their money. Not to say that they need to get back in control of the game, because they certainly are in control of that, but at least the money's still kind of looking a bit neither here nor there for BNK. 6-0 though. You can take that and be pretty happy with it so far.
Attack timeout here for Vantage. We've got a pretty nice looking new logo. Didn't see that until now. BNK logo is an interesting one as well.
Yeah, I like the BNK logo. And I also don't know if you've noticed this, but the BNK guys all have a different colored logo as their
Yeah, that
scene
used to be a
profile.
thing. Actually, in some of my early teams, that was a big thing. Like I remember like my first amateur teams in CS that ended up like doing all right. We all had like a different color. They would always have the graphic designer do it in different colors, and you get to pick what color you'd be, and you'd always fight over what color you wanted. Everyone wanted to be purple or green. There's that progression smoke to the end of B apps. I haven't seen many other teams doing that. Interesting one. This time it hasn't hit. So that's not ideal.
Yeah, a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It still means that you're quite open to the shots coming through from market. Haven't really seen it, you know, too successful actually in this matchup thus far. It's been thrown a couple of times, but I don't know that we've really seen the value out of it just yet from Vantage.
Group into mid-con here with an attempt at a window boost. Mid has been forfeited by the Bad News Kangaroos. They're just happy to stick to the site, stick to the extremities with the man advantage that they've got, and a two-man A main control is going to be very difficult to deal with. PZ playing the pivot in the default box with the AWP.
1 for 1. Not too bad, but Skull needed more than that. Now it's on to Viridian to see if he can crack open this A bomb site, and he's done a pretty good job of that. Vision as well is able to chime in with another assisting frag, and actually Vantage, I love this call, are going to wrap their way back in toward the B bomb site. Hatz has kind of cottoned onto that, but he's going to have to win himself a duel, and he does do that. Vision will go down despite the flash getting tossed on in. It leaves Viridian in an awkward spot where he's got to watch multiple angles, and maybe in the worst case, at least he can get a bomb plant down to assist with the buy next round for Vantage. 1 on 2 though. Very real possibility here for Viridian. Hatz is going to walk into that sight line, but the shot won't connect. And BNK will get themselves another 7-0. It's kind of like Groundhog Day at this point. Every single round ends the same way.
Defuse delayed for BNK to pick up the double AWP. So that'll be a nice little change up in their setup. Another buy through coming from Vantage. But as you mentioned, it's kind of Groundhog Day for them. It's not good enough to be able to, you know, chip in a couple of kills, bring things down to a 2-on-2 if you're not winning any of them. Need to actually get some rounds on the board sooner rather than later.
Sooner rather than later would be ideal. Not really seeing the angle at the moment, though. Vision's hit a couple of nice shots, I guess. But a lot of the time, it feels like those kills are coming a little bit too late in the round to actually have any kind of impact. That might be the big problem for Vantage at this point, is that they're just losing a lot of the opening duels. PZ and Hatz are going back to double AWP. And Bad News Kangaroos will take that mid control away from Vantage. PZ getting another opening kill. So there's another example of exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, it feels like they're trying to take mid without even actually taking it. Like with bodies. And BNK are definitely punishing them for that. And Hatz holding down the B apartments. The T's locked behind a smoke, but may choose to execute through it. Molly to balcony. Going to be a big tell that the hit's coming in any second now.
Yeah, has well and truly committed to this bomb site. He's got Hatz there to help him out as well, and this is going to be a tough crossfire to break, particularly because Hatz is hitting his shots. That's the third one in a row, fourth now that will connect, one of which was through the wall, so it didn't end up being a killing blow, but either way, he's pretty much hit everything he needed to there. And B&K will go to 8, and they are making a mincemeat advantage at the moment.
Yeah, and that was the clean round that they were looking for, right? You know, you had a couple of nail biters where they're dropping guns here and there. That was a very, very clean round from B&K to build up their economy and actually deny the bomb plant to a full loss bonus T side. Which means, once again, Vantage back down onto a half bite. Which map did Vantage push Rooster through to OT on?
Addict might actually have to do something in this round now. Oh, he's going to lose his head. Hiding desperately in the corner. The jump shots are coming through with that Tech 9. Viridian will be boosted up. And that's the end of Addict. So it's actually gone a little bit pear-shaped for Bad News Kangaroos.
T's trying to make their way up connector. Has sitting in window looking for that mid timing. He's able to find it unpunished. Then Brace immediately peeking off of that contact gets 2. A round that was looking promising. That was a man advantage situation with some mid control. Gets dismantled in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, not sure what to say about this one for Vantage. Tough day at the office, it seems like. They thought they were onto a good thing with their first map of this tournament. Almost got the dub over Rooster. Could have been a different night had that one been secured, but not the case, and now they're kind of just getting pumped by Hatz. He's 14-2 right now. Man thinks he's Alistair and he's playing on Greyhound.
He's running around. Haven't seen him on the secondary ult too much. Usually, I think it's been Hazard taking it and posting up on the B-apps line, but he's definitely staking a claim to that.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing is about Hatz, and it's something that I think ties into a couple of the other Greyhound or former Greyhound members, is that we'll hold that thought for a second actually, because Skull's kind of doing things.
Yeah, I mean he's gotten control of the B side of the map. Mollied out market. Knows that there's still more work to be done though. So he's actually going to re-aggro mid. Meet up with Vision. Bad News Kangaroos. The whole B side's dirty and they're kind of setting up to deal with that. But this is quite switched on for Brace to keep an eye on the A side of the map. Skull's actually picked the rotation. Vision goes down with the mob. It's going to have to be Skull to literally 1v5 this round if they're going to get it.
Yeah, Nate will do a bit of chip damage to Brace, but similarly it also ensures that Bad News Kangaroos know exactly where Skull is, and he's going to try to fake that he's jumped up into the ladder room, which actually has allowed him to cross back into jungle. That's a really sharp play. Addict otherwise occupied. In saying that, though, Brace will be pretty aware of where Skull could potentially be, but he almost found the timing out of that smoke. That was very nearly a huge round from Skull. Either way, though, doesn't get converted. And so Vantage are now facing that double digits number on Bad News Kangaroo side of the scoreboard.
Double AWP going to be continued here for Bad News Kangaroos. 1-3-1, much quicker pacing into mid from Vantage. Addict picking his timing to potentially nade open the smoke, but decides against it. Instead going to pop a flash over Tetris side and allow maybe that A side player to peek out to Tetris, but Omicella still wins that duel. In the meanwhile, unfortunately, the T's are getting picked apart in middle.
Ooh,
no
PZ.
scope from PZ.
Yeah, not having a bad round here. 2 kills in it. Doesn't need to get a third, though, because Addict has that one on lock. And yeah, that round didn't really amount to a whole lot, unfortunately, for Vantage. And it Seems like at the moment, actually, this map might not amount to a whole lot because I just don't see Bad News Kangaroos losing around on this CT side.
Yeah. I mean, the closest game, and I'm pretty surprised, to be honest, the closest map that you got between Vantage and Rooster was Anubis, which is usually a pretty decent map for Rooster as well. So I'm quite surprised that Vantage didn't opt to pick Anubis again against the BNK guys, because it's not like it got banned.
That's huge damage already onto Vision from the util, but Hazza completely flashed out and can't see a damn thing, which will make it a bit more difficult to get that spray going down. And here might actually be a chance for a round for Vantage. They're going to get a bomb plant on B. They're going to have numbers advantage, and they've still got Omichella being a bit of a pest in mid, who's going to clean up one more frag. It's actually not over yet. Vantage, they're going to do it. They're going to get themselves a round right at the 11th hour. Hat's down as well, and I mean, that's a great round. 11-1. Wow, Vantage. They got one at least. Well, Vantage, they managed to get themselves at least one at the end of the half. They have at least avoided getting 13 0'd in the first map of this game against Bad News Kangaroos. But by and large, there's still not a whole lot to write home about if you're Vantage here. And making a comeback is probably quite far from their minds. You're going to have to take this one round at a time. And it all starts with the pistol. So let's see what they can do here as Bad News Kangaroos will head in the direction of the B site.
Setting up for the exit. Hatz looking to make contact out A, and that's exactly what he's done. Double entry the site self-sufficiently with a dropped P250. Pulls an additional rotate. There's still 2 players trying to hold down the B site here, and B&K are thinking about whether they actually want to commit to this B hit.
Looks like they're just going to leave ADDICT. He's kind of been left high and dry, actually, because he's in a tough spot. He's not going to be able to get out of there. Either way, though, the round is going pretty okay for B&K at this point. They do have Hatz exploring the A bomb site. P250 in hand, so he's going to be a deadly one to go up against. And Vision with the silencerless USP might actually have to take that challenge.
Underarm smoke to allow the Hellraiser's plan to go down, reverse default. Nice and open, which is actually pretty good for the post plant towards A ramp. So 3 CTs up here, and Skull's got a kit so they can take their time coming back in. Vision without a silencer. And it doesn't look like it's working out for him right now. Oh, there you go.
You lied. Still, it took him quite a bit of time there to dislodge Hatz, which means the bomb timer has ticked about halfway through. And PC hasn't given away his position just yet, though he's just going to be bopped as well. And now it is all down to Brace. He talked about that bomb plant. Here's where it comes into play. Brace with the shot and Brace with the 1v3. We'll get one more for BNK. 12-1. 1 round away from securing map 1.
Brace immediately puts the silencer back on. I remember I took it off when the USP came out in this game. And I was like, is there any difference? Is it better? There's just no advantage to taking it off. Just trying to be different.
Yeah.
Force buy coming in for Vantage here. Scouts are out. Trying to bag him and tag him and bag him. Bag him with the deeks maybe. Surprised that B&K have gone for so many Mac 10s when they know that the force is inevitable. Looking like they're going to do some kind of short split with the positions that they had there. I think they have a set play in mind here, B&K.
Well, Vision is certainly making no secrets about what weapon he's holding on to. And speaking of set plays here, is some of that util getting tossed over into the B side. It almost looks like they're just sort of hedging their bets here. Maybe if Brace can get a kill with that Mac 10, they're going to go B. If not, they're going to reroute their way in through mid. Vantage haven't really moved, though, off the back of all that util that's been tossed. And it ends up going to be a B split through short and apps. Hatz will jump across. Omi's got himself a kill. So is Vision. So is Skull. This is actually starting to go wrong for B&K. They might not be able to close it out right here. Hatz is certainly under pressure on short, but the smoke at least is keeping him safe for now. And PZ will be given at least enough space to plant the bomb. Can he find himself an AK? That'll be the big question mark for now. Doesn't look like it, but at least he's been able to cross into market. And Hatz needed one there probably. Don't see PZ getting this done with only a Mac 10. Sets a head armor for Omichella and Drox as well. Will make the job more difficult, and that's going to be Vantage to survive at least one more round.
Could Viridian find someone going to airdrop him an extra rifle? I'm wondering. Just having a look. There you go, Khalil found. That's nice. So 3 rifles. Brought into this round. What to do here? Another force from B&K. Trying to get the end of the game done. Could have definitely made an argument for a single save. 4 sets of no head armor, which against the Galils and MP9s is a recipe for disaster here, potentially.
Yeah, in saying that, though, surely B&K are just keen to get this one over and done with. They'll be feeling super confident about things. PZ's already been able to strike early onto Omichella. So Vantage are going to have to do it the hard way, down 4 on 5. Wonder if that AK is going to get ferried across to either Hazard or ADDICT. PZ not really in a position to toss it across. Oh, and he almost actually got the cheeky kill onto Skull there. Had he had another little bit of HP, he might have been able to get a long enough spray down, but not the case this time. So AK retrieval mission is now in effect for Brace and Hazard. Meanwhile, Hans is just walking his way out onto A, into Tetris, and opening up that site.
Still taken in mid. So they're aware roundabouts of where the CTs are positioned towards con side. So both of these players scaling out Palace onto the CT. Strox goes down as well. Double from Hatz, looking very sharp indeed. All on vision now, and he's found by ADDICT. So that's going to be it. B&K picking up the first map with absolutely no speed bumps along the way, really. Pretty straightforward game. And man, it really feels like at the moment there is big gaps in Oceania. You know, big gap between Greyhound and the next two, and then under that.